Oh, there we go. That's better.
It's picking up, so I just see how I brought that over.
Okay, cool.
Well, awesome. Well, podcasters, hello. Welcome.
Hey, honey,
Welcome
how are
to
you?
the show that we are calling Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. My name is Tom.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we are happily married couple here in the Atlanta area.
Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, ATL.
Yes.
Lots going on here. And really, this is going to be our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn, you excited?
I'm so excited. Can you tell how excited I am in my voice?
Tell how excited you are.
Yeah.
So really, just this is some like an organic conversation we're just really going to have, and
yeah, you don't have to say organic. They can tell that it's organic.
Whatever. I'm trying to provide what we're going to be talking about, but
Tom wants to give you all the details when the details are obvious.
Yes. Well, we're going to have a general conversation about things that are interesting to us.
Great.
So, really, so the name of the show is Dunn and Dunner, the podcast.
Yeah.
You can find us at Podbean on the Podbean app, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. Mm-hmm. You also can find us on Facebook, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. And you can also email us at dunanddunnerpodcast@gmail.com. Please give us your feedback. Let us know how we're doing and everything, so that way, we can try to maybe improve. I don't know.
Or just say, fuck you guys, we're going to keep doing how we want to.
Exactly. But, other things to let you know, we will be available on iTunes and Google Play for next week's episode. And really, our episode today is going to be about movies that are coming out this year that we are very much interested in.
By very much interested in, it's, hey, Tom, will you take me to go see this movie? And he says no. And then Tom will be like, hey, Carolyn, let's go see the Star Wars movie. And I'm like, okay, I'll take a good expensive nap.
Yes.
Like, that's how it goes.
Or she'll ask Trishna to go to a movie with her.
Yeah. And she'll take me, and it'll be wonderful.
Yes. So, really, we talk about I would say about a dozen or so movies we talk about.
And a dozen? That's more than a dozen.
Yeah. Well, that is more than a dozen. Exactly what I just said.
I know. Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening, per usual.
That's usually my line.
I know. Do you ever listen to me? That's a real question.
I got to at least listen for this next 2 hours every time we do the podcast. So.
I know. He'll be editing this, and he has to listen to me twice as much now.
I know, exactly.
Lucky him.
I'm glad I came up with this idea a couple months ago to do a podcast solo, then now I'm doing it with my wife.
Well, it just sounds better, because I'm on it.
Yeah, you're amazing.
You're amazing.
This is me sucking up.
Yes, as I throw up a little bit. Blarg. Yes. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. So, to listen up for our episode today. It's a lot of fun. We go back and forth and whatnot, and we just talk about movies that are coming up.
And also, every time my husband says whatnot, please take a drink.
Oh, it's a drinking game. Shut up, Trishna!
Because I think this will be one of the things. I might have to just I actually wrote at the top of the page, guys, it says, don't say whatnot.
That could be a name of a shirt.
Yeah, really. So, anyways, movies this year that Tom won't take me to go see, but I will want to go see, and then I'll just eventually end up watching them by myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how our movie life goes.
So, and then next Wednesday, our next episode will be out after the Super Bowl. I will be making Carolyn sit there and watch the Super Bowl. Carolyn, what do you think you'll be talking about next week about the Super Bowl?
Nothing, Tom. About how dumb sports are.
You'll be excited for the halftime show.
So excited. Who's even playing? I don't even know.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake! Has everyone heard his new album? Because I sure haven't. What do you guys think?
You know the Trolls song, though, right? His biggest hit came off that movie.
That's the biggest hit he's ever had?
Pretty much.
No.
Yep.
I'm kind of shocked. Like everything that he's done?
Pretty much.
Are you sure you're just spouting lies at me? Are you lying to me?
Remember, we're not really factual here on this podcast.
It's true. We, instead of facts, we just like to talk about our opinions on how things should actually be. So, don't fault us for being weirdly opinionated about weird things.
So that will be next week. We'll have our Super Bowl review and
Yay,
comments.
I'm being forced to watch football.
Carolyn will probably talk about the commercials and the Puppy Bowl if we watch that in the halftime show.
I will not be watching the Puppy Bowl.
Oh,
it's just
the Puppy Bowl is
bad.
the best part. Well, we live in the Puppy Bowl.
I do. We do. Sorry.
I
live in my own world of puppies and Trishna.
And I'm here sometimes. So, guys, we hope you enjoy the podcast today. Remember, you can listen to us off the Podbean app, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. Facebook, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast as well. And then, like I said, next week we should be on iTunes and Google Play. Our episodes will be available on Wednesdays going forward. But other than that, we look forward to hearing back from everyone. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I guess you'll hear me say this later, but bye. It'll be good practice for you, too.
All right, we're recording.
Yes, we are.
Well, today on the podcast, I have my illustrious wife, Carolyn.
Hello, I'm Carolyn.
Recording actually our first show to premiere at said date, which I will plug on the intro when I have more concrete times. But, Carolyn, how are you today?
I'm good. Long day at work.
Long day at work.
It's been an exciting day in the
restaurant business.
In the restaurant business. It's true. Lunch
and busyness and prepping and touching dead animals.
I mean, they're pretty dead. It's not like I just killed it and was like, oh, I'm gonna eat it now.
Being one of those backwards restaurants and
No, we're not in Japan where they give me a frog with its beating heart and then you eating it while it's watching you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have that thing when they say that you're still alive, your cognitive functions are still going.
Yeah, that's
minutes after you died.
That's actually my worst nightmare, to realize that I'm dead. That's terrible. I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope so too. I hope it doesn't happen to me. Hopefully I'll be asleep.
Do you want to try it out?
No thanks. Maybe by the end of this, you'll probably try to kill me. So.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be okay.
If you hear anything in the slight background, that is our roommate trying to make a groom's cake unsuccessfully.
Say hi. No, she's doing a very good job. Don't be so downtrodden on Trishna.
I'm just going by what she's saying.
I think she's doing a great job, though.
She is doing a great job.
I want to stay positive.
She needs it.
Also, don't look at my mole hair like that. I don't appreciate it.
Mole hair?
Neither does my mole hair.
Mole. Molly, 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 mole.
And his name is Larry.
Hello,
so leave
Larry.
him alone.
I have too many whiskers to talk about.
Too many whiskers.
So today, Carolyn, sorry.
Oh, was that a Freudian slip, Tom?
Yeah, I guess I really want to interview Trishna.
Yeah, she's probably more interesting than I am.
So one of Carolyn's many things she enjoys on our dates and whatnot is she likes to go to the movies.
Which he never takes me to.
Which I have no interest in seeing any of the movies she wants to. And keeping up with the general interests of the podcast and mainly keeping to movies, entertainment, all sorts of forms of entertainment and everything. Today we're going to talk about movies that are coming out here in the near future. I don't know if we're going to cover everything that's coming out this year. But Carolyn, you brought a list of movies that you want to talk about today. Are we going to be going in order or just things you randomly wrote down?
I feel like there's some organization to what I've done here. I know you're looking at my list and you're like, what in the hell is she thinking? And it's fine.
Well, you're my guest. I brought you on here, so let's talk about some movies that are coming out here today.
Does that mean you have to be polite since I'm your guest today?
No, I'm never polite.
Yes, you are. You're like the most polite person ever.
No.
Anyways.
Except when you were yelling at me earlier.
I just wanted you to do the dishes, Tom.
Ugh.
Anyways. So I want to talk about a couple movies. By a couple, I mean a good handful of large, I guess, blockbusters, you could call them, coming out this year, or more popular movies that people have seen.
The billion-dollar movies coming out this year.
Right. Well, why don't we start in the Marvel world?
As just a little background. We are big sci-fi, fantasy, action-adventure fans.
True story.
If I haven't said it before yet or whatnot, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And I love going to see all the Star Wars movies. And also all the Marvel movies, because I am an avid comic book collector. I don't collect as much as I used to. I go maybe every couple of months and I grab a couple titles. Mainly the titles that I'm picking up and everything are Star Wars. So
that or X-Men. I've seen a couple X-Men.
Not as too many X-Men. But I've always enjoyed the big Marvel movies. And I remember when the first X-Men came out, because in the 90s there were some really bad Marvel shows, and they tried to do some live action. Yeah, I remember when David Hasselhoff did the Nick Fury made-for-TV.
I'm sorry.
Movie.
Did you say Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff did a Nick Fury movie in the 90s.
Well, don't hassle the Hoff, Tom.
Oh, it was terrible. I think so. I think Marvel did not start off on the right foot. But once they did the X-Men movie, I was a huge X-Men fan. I have like 1,000 X-Men titles, and I just thought it was amazing to actually see it come on the big screen. Of course, the debut of Hugh Jackman, who is now a legend to all of us comic book fans. So
and really hot too. I think that's the most important thing.
And he's just Wolverine. Wolverine's a badass. Yes. Women want him.
I mean, Logan was an amazing movie.
Movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, in black and white or in color.
So the first Marvel movie coming out this calendar year is Black Panther. What do you think about what's going on with Black Panther?
I'm pretty excited about Black Panther. The previews look freaking amazing. It's got some really great actors in it, and I had the pleasure of meeting a large group of the cast. They came in to eat, and they had an entire dinner, and actually I met one of the big executive producers for all the Marvel movies.
Kevin?
No, it's the woman. It's the lady.
I
already forgot her name. She's pretty awesome, though. She was really drunk when I talked to her, and she's like, I loved everything. And it was really funny. Who is it?
Women in power. What a thing going on today in the world. We're not going to get into that. Religion and politics, we stay away from.
Anyways, Black Panther looks amazing. This backstory looks pretty incredible, and I like a lot of the actors in it. So,
not too familiar with the character of Black Panther. I thought he was awesome in Civil War. I thought he was a great addition. I wish they would have. He was one of those I wish they would have done a little bit more background.
Well, now they have. They've given him his own movie.
I know, the first all African American superhero movie, really.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to see a lot more of that. And
that is actually in all the movie tickets. They've outbought every other Marvel movie to date, right?
Advanced Spies, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Like they've already made more money than any of the other Marvel movies.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Well, no, I think that's pretty awesome, and I think it speaks volumes for just the temperature of the Americas.
And that's coming out here soon. And we're looking forward to seeing that. That'll be out here.
Let's just
February 16th. So, we can edit, or I'll just leave it in there for our awkwardness, because we have semi-prepared for this, as in Carolyn came up with a list, and we're looking at on the internet as well. But a lot of great actors here, who are really in the indie scene and now making it to the big time. Of course, Black Panther is the segue movie into Avengers: Infinity War in one of the big summer movies coming out this year. But I really hope that this movie stands on its own. I really don't want to see too many references to the other Marvel movies, just enough, like how they always been keeping it with post-credits, keeping it kind of like its own unit, and then they have that little tie-in at the end, which I've always enjoyed of the Marvel movies. The continuity of it all.
Continuity.
Continuity. So, but, so Black Panther is going to be a pretty awesome, and, be interested to see, how it leads into Avengers, but I hope it does stand up on its own.
Yeah.
Reviews should be, as we're recording this here on January 31st, February being tomorrow, the first reviews are starting to come out, and we'll start seeing what Rotten Tomatoes.
They did the premiere the other day,
so we'll get into Rotten Tomatoes a whole other time. I just think people take too much too much stock into it, but really, I like to see, the initial reviews are pretty much all the reviews that you think it's going to happen, and I don't read the reviews, I just look at it, but I'm still going to see it if I want to see it, and we will definitely be seeing this. 134 minutes, that's going to be a long movie.
Really? As long as the Star Wars movie you took me to a few weeks ago?
Star Wars was awesome, Carolyn. Let's not badmouth Star Wars.
Well, I'm gonna badmouth it right now.
There's no badmouthing.
No, yeah. I just hope it's not as long, or excuse me, if it is as long, it's as rich with entertainment as Star Wars was not. We could cut out half that movie and we'd still get the same results. Anyways, moving on. Avengers, the Infinity War, which I think brings everybody back, correct?
Yes, everyone will be back in the movie.
Super stoked.
So a lot of loose ends to tie up here and everything. Here we go. May 4th, Avengers Infinity War. Bringing together Guardians of the Galaxy. Supposedly there's supposed to be 50 different characters from the Marvel Universe in here. And I'm really looking to see how they tie up Civil War, what happened with Cap and everyone who was locked up, because we really haven't revisited those characters, because in Spider-Man you really only saw Tony Stark for a little bit. Nothing really talking about, you have to buy everyone a drink now. Your phone went off.
Oh, man.
So I'm interested to see what this will be. The first one directed by the Russo brothers, with Whedon being gone and everything. So I'm interested to see, 2 drinks, guys. All right. So I'm interested to see how they blend all of it. The trailer was pretty good, but it didn't really reveal anything. You don't know what the plot's going to be other than Thanos is coming for
all the Infinity Stones.
So that's pretty much the whole plot. But I like to see how they do with all the characters, and I don't know much about the 4th one filming, but I'm interested to see how this
all I know is
works.
From what we saw when we stalked the movie set.
It's like a flashback scene.
Loki pretty much had what was it?
The mouth covering, and he was locked up.
No, the blue thing.
Oh, the Infinity Stone.
Yeah. He had the Infinity Stone from his planet.
Yeah, the nice shiny pearl.
Yeah.
The Tesseract.
Yeah, thank you. Because Carolyn likes all these movies, but Carolyn does not follow a lot of them.
Carolyn talks about herself in the third person.
Not really. It's just for this. We're trying something new. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes. No, so he was definitely holding that when we watched the filming, which was super cool. The other nice thing about living in Atlanta right now, they're filming all the Marvel movies in Atlanta and around Atlanta. So we get to see a lot of cool people coming in and a lot of movie scenes happening in downtown Atlanta and even outside of Atlanta, which is super cool.
A lot of people who are running for governor now are actually, I was listening to the news the other morning. I don't remember the guy, but he was talking about how Deal's pretty much giving it away, so all these people come here, but they create so many jobs when they come here and everything. Great. So
and the revenue, like hospitality, like we're doing well.
And they all come into your restaurant at some point.
I know. I've met Mark Ruffalo. He is the nicest, most adorable human. Kind of dumb, but that's a different story.
Oh. Hopefully he won't listen to this.
Yeah. Who was it that I met that told me she loved me?
Laura Dern.
Oh, yeah. Laura Dern's come in, but she
stole your plate.
A pie dish. Angela Bassett?
Yes.
Who
was part of the Black Panther cast.
She's gorgeous and super nice and had a little conversation with me. Lupita Nyong'o was there as well.
And she's in Star Wars.
I know. Let's not talk about Star Wars. You got to bring us back to Star Wars, don't you?
You got a Star Wars movie on your list.
I do. I actually have it for a few reasons, and I have it in quotations. Solo. We'll just move on from the Avengers, I guess. Solo. Which I think is the dumbest title for a Star Wars movie.
It was Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
But I think they removed the Star Wars story.
It's still there. It's Solo, a Star Wars story.
I read something the other day. They're taking out of China because Star Wars does not perform well in China, apparently. And they want to hit that $2 billion mark. And that, China was not a big market for The Last Jedi when I was doing a little research on it. So...
Well, either way, it's a really dumb title, and I hope the movie isn't as dumb as its title.
Well, we haven't seen a trailer yet, and I'm kind of suspicious about it. They got rid of the original directors. Then Ron Howard came in. Ron Howard's a great director. I haven't really seen any of his stuff in a while, but it's one of those things where you hope he picked it up, but they're spending a ton of money on reshoots. They're going to do more reshoots here soon, and... I don't really think they need to make a young Han Solo movie. I really don't think. I think they could do other things. Because Han Solo, I mean, Harrison Ford was 35 when they did the first Star Wars. I mean, how much different was he going to look anyway when he was younger? So I don't think they need to delve into it, but I think they need to start coming up with some more original. Like Rogue One was great, but the whole premise of Rogue One was in the opening crawl of Episode 4.
Well, either way, dumb name. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right, so another one is Deadpool 2. I'm pretty excited. I don't have any idea what the storyline's going to be.
None of us, but apparently the trailer should be attached to Black Panther.
Great. Well, then we'll have to wait and see. But obviously, everyone's seen the teaser at this point with the Bob Ross homage, and it's pretty incredible and hilarious.
So Cable will be in it. So that's what Josh Brolin is playing. Cable is the time-traveling son of Scott Summers and Jean Grey from the X-Men. So he comes back, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, if there's any clues to that from the X-Men universe. But it'll be interesting to see how he got super ripped for it, too. So,
well, I mean, I guess we can kind of move into X-Men, the Dark Phoenix. Is that going to have anything for Deadpool 2 in it?
That might be another one. That movie's coming out this summer, I think. So.
Right, and it has Sansa Stock in it.
It does.
And she looks pretty amazing in all the covers of magazines she's been on.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see what the trailer reveals. And, they originally, this whole time jump and go back in time. And, the X-Men movies confused the hell out of me because they really didn't, they only shot for one movie and then they tried to create more. And they kept trying to change the characters because couldn't find a core cast. That's why I think the Marvel movies are so good because they have that consistent basis of characters and they don't recast.
I think you get those in X-Men a lot, but you're getting it from different time eras, so of course you have to get different actors doing
it. But you just can tell they fucked it all up. So they went, and we can curse on my podcast. I mean, it's okay. You're a foul mouth, but
I like how he's giving me permission.
Yeah. But I mean, in the whole progression of X-Men movies, they really didn't plot it out very well. And they kept recasting, and of course when Bryan Singer left and Brett Ratner, who's blackballed by Hollywood right now. So
why is that, Tom?
Because he's an idiot. But if they would have had one key person in charge of it all to keep it together, the Wolverine movies and all this stuff, I think they could have done a better job. The movie's been good, but they aren't as good as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, but they were good for when they came out. But I'm looking forward to this. I've the first comic series for X-Men that I have the graphic novel for Dark Phoenix, and I've always loved the story. I love the art in it, and I just think that the Dark Phoenix, I have all the issues of the Dark Phoenix saga, and I just think it's one of the best ones, and really, after 40 years, we're still talking about that X-Men comic series.
Well, I think Marvel definitely does a better job at movies than its counterpart, which is DC Comics. And we'll kind of move into that. Aquaman is the movie that's coming out this year from them.
Oh, yeah. Is it Drogon?
Wait, let's talk about this. Who here enjoyed the last movie from DC Comics? Oh, no hands. That's right, because it was awful.
I think your first comment when the movie was like, what's wrong with Superman? What's wrong with his face?
His face was CGI the entire time because he didn't want to shave his mustache.
It's not that he didn't. That Paramount, for the 18th Mission Impossible movie, wouldn't let him shave it.
Wait, I think it's on my list, actually. Mission Impossible Fallout.
I have never seen any of them. Yes, that's the one he's going to be in.
I'm just
But they wouldn't let him shave. You could add facial hair and it would have looked better.
Well, if I understand that if they didn't have to go back and film it, I get it, because the company was saying it was too dark, right?
It's too dark, too long. They wanted something in 2 minutes and more funny. I really just think DC.
I think they should have gone dark.
DC, hire me. I will be in charge of this all, and I just think that
DC,
it's like
please hire Tom because he has.
Well, it's like the Cleveland Browns. They're terrible. Wonder Woman was great, but that I don't think they'll have lightning in the bottle again for the next one. But I mean, they just need one person in charge, and it's not to be like the Marvel movies. They just need to have Justice League was. You have a Batman. You have Superman, you have Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman, and then Wonder Woman, and then you have a Justice League movie. I think you should have set up the universe a little bit more, and it was just seemed so rushed. Josh Whedon took over. I think it was good. I thought it was better, but it was crushed by critics again. I mean, it was a little bit funnier and fast-paced. Flash was the best part. He was a good scene stealer in that movie, and I just felt like they rushed the whole Superman coming back from the dead, and
it just I just did not like it. It was just bad, and the fact that I was totally distracted by a CGI face the entire time really made me mad.
It was pretty bad.
It was by pretty bad you mean awful, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so Aquaman, who knows? I mean, I don't know much about it.
We're not going to see that movie. That was actually on my list of movies not to see.
Not to see. We're not seeing Aquaman.
I mean, the only reason I would see it is because Jason Momoa.
Yes.
Is in it, and he is obviously gorgeous. But other than that, that's it. I feel like that's the only thing.
They didn't do his character justice in the Justice League movie.
They need to do more justice.
Yes.
Well, kind of jumping back into Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out this year. I actually have never even seen Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was good. I watched it. We actually have it on the Xbox. Really, with Ant-Man was a good movie. I think he's a good supporting character. I don't think those movies are big. I love Evangeline Lilly from Lost. So she was a girl crush back in the day. The Ant-Man and Wasp trailer actually just came out recently. So
yeah, I think it came out today,
yesterday.
Yesterday. Well, I think I'll go back and watch it, but I kind of agree with you. I think Ant-Man was great in the last
Civil War.
Yeah, the Civil War. I think he was great in that. I think it was great support. He kind of gave that comic relief. But other than that, I feel like that's a maybe go see it if we end up watching Ant-Man here.
Well, he'll be in he comes back in Avengers first.
Right.
And then it's Avengers, and then it's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see.
Let's see. Another movie that a couple, I guess, of kid movies that I'd like to go see this year is going to be A Wrinkle in Time. That was actually one of my favorite series as a kid. I don't know if you know this about me, Tom, but my mom and I would read it. She would read it to me, and it was a great series. So I've actually been talking about, why don't they make this a movie? They need to make this a movie, and they're finally doing it. And the cast looks pretty incredible. It's got Oprah Winfrey, and it has Mindy. Is it Kaling, Trishna, or Kaling? Kaling, Mindy Kaling. And then what's her name? Are you pulling it up right now?
I'm looking for it.
Thank you. Reese Witherspoon. Couldn't think of her name to save my life. And then actually I think the actress who's playing the lead character, she's kind of new to the scene, which is fine. I think I'm just really excited to see how they do this movie.
Are they redoing Scarface? There's another Scarface coming out. What the hell? Talk about come up with original things, Hollywood. I'm sorry.
Tom, I'm not there yet.
I just...
Anyways...
makes me so mad.
A Wrinkle in Time was a great book. I loved growing up with it. I'm just afraid that they're not going to do it justice. But I hope so. With the cast they have, I think they'll do a pretty incredible job. I guess translating it from a book to a movie is going to be a little difficult because it is pretty abstract, but I think it'll be amazing. So I'm really excited about it.
In the fall?
Not sure. I just looked at movies for 2008. I didn't write down the...
2008?
2018. I don't know what year it is, Tom. Anyways, I like how you just keep going. All right, so another kid movie that I cannot wait to go see is The Incredibles 2. As we all know, The Incredibles was a pretty awesome movie. I feel like I've never met anyone that didn't enjoy that movie. It's fun. It's got like humor in it, and it's about superheroes. So what's not to love? So I'm really excited about that. I don't think they've really given anything away other than the baby has superpowers, which we found out in the end of the first one. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with that. I'm really excited. one that I will probably not be seeing, and kind of going back to what Tom was saying a moment ago, Mary Poppins Returns. I don't know why we have to just ruin a perfectly amazing movie with another possibly.
Well, apparently they got the
sequel.
rights to the books after the author passed away. So there's whole things that were holding up the story, them doing another one, because they were supposed to do a sequel with Julie Andrews back in the '60s. So apparently,
they could never do it justice. I mean, you remember going to see Saving Mr. Banks?
Yeah, it was great.
And how the author really had
huge problems.
She was very particular. I mean, that's her thing. Like, I think that's what made the movie so nice. And I know that she had to kind of bend on a couple things, like the dancing penguins and stuff like that in the movie. But
you don't see a lot of people trying to hold true to their story, their material, very much, because I mean, I would say J.K. Rowling's one of the big ones, just off the top of my head. But, it's all about, I can sell my screenplay. I can sell my story for such and such.
But she didn't want to for such a long time. He really, Mr. Disney really had to try really hard with her and put in a lot of effort. And she got a lot of things that she wanted, and to stay true to her book. And I liked that integrity. Anyways, I don't think I'll be seeing the Mary Poppins Return. As much as I love, what's her name? Emily Blunt? As much as I like her.
Let's roll a blunt.
Really. As much as I like her, I don't think I will be going to see this movie, because it's like, just let sleeping dogs lie. Like, Mary Poppins was amazing. I don't need to see a second one. All right, kind of moving around here. Mission Impossible Fallout. The last couple Mission Impossible movies I haven't been mad at. For I
heard they have good action. I don't watch Tom Cruise movies. I think the last Tom Cruise movie I saw was Jerry Maguire.
Really? That's a long time ago. That was before we were even married.
Oh, yeah. I was probably in my first relationship at that time.
Well,
95, 96, something like that.
Wow.
So.
But, I mean, they're always fun to go see.
Which one is this? 7, 8, 6? I think it's a 6 one.
I stopped counting.
I just don't think this... I mean, it makes some money. I just don't...
Well, I mean, I have to say...
It's a Tom Cruise vehicle that he's pushing for.
Right. Well, I have to say, what is it? Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol was pretty good, just action-wise, and just, the cool effects. It's always just a fun movie to go see.
He's getting too old. He's starting to hurt himself doing these stunts.
Well, maybe you should think about not doing them anymore. All right, so here are my questions. I forgot another one. So I've been reading this book that my lovely, our lovely roommate Trishna has given me.
She's all yours.
I'm halfway through the book, and I'm sorry I put it down. I got sick, though, and then I forgot to pick it back up. So I'm halfway through the book. It's called Annihilation.
I picked it up for you. You probably left it somewhere random.
No, it's on the bedside table, so don't worry. So it's called Annihilation, and the movie will be out, I think next month, actually. So we need to hustle on that one. But it has your little lady crush. Who do you think
is that with Natalie Portman?
Yep. Natalie Portman's in it.
I met Natalie Portman. Funny side note, when I was living in New York and I was going to art school, I was in Midtown over by NYU, and we were in the park, and I was there at the time with a friend.
A friend?
Friend.
He just did the quote-unquote friend. I think he was dating someone who doesn't want to tell me.
Yeah. But anyway, so all of a sudden this little dog comes up. Probably a Yorkie or whatever, some little toy dog. Comes up to me, and then I look up, and there is Natalie Portman. And I'm like, oh, hello, how are you? She's like, oh, I'm sorry if it's bothering you. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. And she had a very big bodyguard who had no problem all of a sudden, touching his chest where his gun was and everything. But, that was like a 2-second interaction. But yes, I love her.
Yes, I know you do. Well, she's in it, and it's kind of...
She talked about when they were doing the Women's March, which I think you should go to next year.
Thanks, honey. Maybe I will.
She was talking about how her first fan letter was about a fantasy rape scene with her. She was like, when she did Leon the Professional. This is when she got it. It's like, oh, welcome to having fans.
Welcome to being completely creeped out by your fans. That's cool and awful. Anyway, so Annihilation, I think, is coming out next month. There is an alien area. They haven't really
so just so you know,
expounded on it.
We don't know a lot about these movies, but we're just talking about them. So if you do download this, I hope that we get some downloads. But if you do download this, and don't take our word for seeing any of these movies.
This is basically off the title, the possible preview that we've watched, and the picture for the movie.
Yeah, and there's a brief synopsis here on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database.
But isn't that like how you pick a movie? You're like, oh, well, this is
it's cool. All about the 30. It's like the same thing. You judge something within the first couple seconds. So just like I judged Trishna's cake all of a sudden.
Oh, rude.
February 23rd, Annihilation coming your way.
So Annihilation has a alien area. I guess it's quote unquote alien that they're sending. That this government program is sending into this area.
Are you sure? I don't think you should tell our listeners anymore if you're not sure about what you're talking about. You're reading the book, aren't you? Is it the first book of the series?
It is the first book of the series. It's called Annihilation. I'm trying to tell you, but you keep fucking interrupting me.
I thought you were trying to summarize the trailer, which you weren't doing a very good job of.
No, I'm telling you about the book.
Oh, whatever.
Oh my god, I'm gonna punch you so hard later. If you hear a kerfuffle, it's just me punching my husband. Anyways, there's an area. Four ladies go into this area. There's some. What is it called? Trishna, I'm doing a really poor job at describing this book. Anyways, huh? Yeah, there's Area X that they go into. There's hypnotizing involved. It's interesting. It looks pretty freaky and good. But anyways, so that's Annihilation. I'm going to definitely go see it once I finish the book. Next on my list is going to be Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. How do you feel about that movie, Tom? That's kind of like a question mark for me.
I really didn't feel like, the magic of Harry Potter is diminished, in my opinion. I thought the Fantastic Beasts was all right. Great visuals. But
horrible time going to see it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
There's a kid barfing next to
when the cockroach goes across the scene in 3D and you're supposed to imagine it there, the kid next to me decided to throw up everywhere.
Projectile vomit.
That's how good the movie was.
It was pretty hilarious. It smelled awful. I remember that.
I couldn't smell anything, but...
Anyway, so Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. So
I think the guy
by Johnny Depp.
The guy who's Newt, the androgynous actor.
What? What are you talking about?
The guy who plays Newt. He got nominated for an Oscar for playing an androgynous character.
I don't.
He was a guy who played a girl. Eddie Redmayne. Yes, Eddie Redmayne.
Really? Yeah. Why didn't you just say that?
I don't remember his name. Once again, I told you, there is no background on this podcast or formula, and we're just torturing our friend over there. She probably hates every second of this. Trishna, help!
Help! Are you doing great? Okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that. I just don't like Johnny Depp.
He looks terrible. He looks like a pedophile. And spiky hair and a mustache and pale and David Bowie eyes and
I honestly don't know how I feel about Jude Law playing Dumbledore.
I think he has. I don't know.
I mean,
someone who plays Dumbledore needs to have like a bit of mischief behind them.
Yeah, but I still expected Dumbledore, like, even at that age, to have that nice long beard and like.
I think the photo has like
spectacles.
He has like a half a beard.
It's
not even half, a quarter beard.
No, it's just like yours, like lightly shaven. Like I haven't shaved in 5 days.
Yeah, Jude Law's like, oh, they just cast me. I got to try to grow something in a week.
It makes me mad.
Hey, by the way, don't CGI the beard off. What? Warner Brothers.
What does that mean?
Warner Brothers does DC and.
Oh yeah, don't do that. No. Anyways, I don't know how I feel about that movie, but I might go see it. I might give it a chance, but I'm kind of about it. All right, another movie I'm about Now, I'm going to say this because I love it, and I still quote this movie to the day. I feel like it comes up in my life a lot, is Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite movies. I was really excited when they brought Jurassic Park back. What I was not excited about is to see this new Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie. Have you seen the preview for that, Tom?
Yeah, it looks depressing.
It looks like the worst.
The worst. Use your words, Carolyn.
it looks like, how can we make this whole universe shitty again?
It's like The Last Jedi. I really feel like the Jurassic World was The Force Awakens, bringing you back to the same thing but updated. So
like yeah, like I love Jurassic World because you have all those like little Easter eggs of like goodness from the very original Jurassic Park. And I love how they completely negated the second and third Jurassic Park in Jurassic World. It did not happen in the universe. But now they come up with this shitty thing again. And it's like, I love
And now the evil redhead cares about the dinosaurs all of a sudden.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
She didn't give a shit about those dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. It's true. And that's fine. Like, that was her job. But... no, it's just, no, just quit while you're ahead. I don't know why we have to, like, squeeze every last, drop of juice out of every movie.
Because no one comes up with original ideas anymore. It has to be based on something already, and then they manipulate it.
I know. Anyways, it just makes me sad.
By the way, DC, I'm still around if you need me to help you fix the DC cinematic universe.
Yeah, he needs something to do, y'all. Just give him something to do. Something to think about. Anyways,
like I won't
not gonna
CG off Superman's facial hair. I'll make him shave before I put him in the movie.
It's a contract. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I would figure one of the biggest movie studios in the world would get some pull. The guy's playing Superman. No one cares about the 18th Mission Impossible movie.
Are you done?
I'm just going off on a tangent.
Okay, great. I know you keep doing that. You need to stay focused, really.
That's the fun and spontaneity of things.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, everybody. Anyways, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, probably will not see that. I'll probably watch it when it comes out.
Great, I don't have to go to that movie.
That's okay. Another movie that I'm not gonna go see, which I've seen multiple previews for. You've seen the previews for Ready Player One?
I think that's one I'm gonna go see.
Really? Well, I'm definitely not gonna fucking go see it with you.
Sweet.
It looks really stupid, and yeah.
I'm just interested to see what Spielberg's doing, like if he's still filming on film or is he doing it digital because it's a lot easier.
I bet you $10 it's fucking digital. Well, it has to be because half that movie is digital anyways. It's done in a digital world. Yeah, not gonna go see that movie.
Also, like how it has moments of Spielberg and Lucas film Easter eggs throughout of it. If you haven't seen the DeLorean, the Iron Giant's in there. Yeah. Tron stuff's in there.
Yeah, it's true. All that
that's
stuff.
Even though that's not Spielberg and Lucas, but that's still throwback to the 80s.
Yep. Another one that I probably won't go see is the new Tomb Raider.
Laura Croft got a breast reduction.
I just don't get it. The fact that I've grown up, it's like Spider-Man all over again. It's like I knew Tobey Maguire is a Spider-Man, and then I've seen 2 more Spider-Mans because they've had to recreate that universe. They're on their third
Hopefully
Spider-Man in the last 20 years.
2002 was the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. In the last 20 years, they've changed Spider-Man 3 times. So it's the same thing. It's like we've all seen the Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, and in our same lifetime, they've just now again come up.
I think they got the Spider-Man character right now, and we're going to talk about Venom, I guess, here in a minute. I see it on your list, but
yeah,
well, I'll wait for you.
Don't look at my list, Tom. God. Anyways,
Trish the hell.
Anyways, no, Tomb Raider does not sound like something I'm going to go see. It's kind of like.
This is sounding great for me this year. Doesn't sound like I'm being dragged to too many movies I don't want to see.
You're being dragged to at least 2 that you don't want to see.
What
3 that you don't want to see. It's fine. You love me anyways. Okay, so that's kind of. I have some question marks around some like Pacific Rim Uprising. I don't know if you've seen previews for that. Have you seen previews for that?
With Finn from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting more acting gigs because he's in Star Wars.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed the Pacific Rim, the original.
The first one was really good.
I was surprised at how good it was.
I think I came into the room and you were watching it and I got sucked in.
Yeah,
and I never went back and watched it from the beginning.
It's really good. I like it. I think it's kind of a creative way.
Alba in there, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's so handsome.
He's cool. I want to see he has a show, Luther. That's what he got famous for from the BBC. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, his first acting gig, and I think you might remember it, he was on Absolutely Fabulous. And he was one of the guys when they hired men to have sex with. He was the black dude in there.
Stop it. I did not know that. That's pretty hilarious, though.
I'm full of fun facts.
You are full of fun facts.
I got you to say fun facts.
Oh, you're the worst. You're the fucking worst. Anyway, so Pacific Rim, probably go see that. How do you feel about this new Red Sparrow movie?
I don't know anything about it, but Jennifer Lawrence is in it, and I love her because she's hot.
She's the most adorable.
And she, our biggest thing why we like Jennifer Lawrence is we feel like she could be our friend.
It's true. Yeah. No, I feel like she's just as clumsy as me. Except she does it more on screen and in important things in her life.
Like I just tripping at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, and me, I just fall on the stairs when I'm taking ice cream to the freezer. Mm-hmm. That's just.
I mean, those are they parallel a little bit.
Man, I felt hard. Do you remember me coming home with?
You don't have 80 million people watching
it's
you
true.
fall.
I have just enough people watching to see me go in the office and cry. That was horrible. Anyways, so she's a ballerina in Russia or something. And then she's an assassin.
When I saw the trailer, I only watched it, or it was a commercial. I thought they were making another Hunger Games.
Well, I honestly thought that this Red Sparrow is really pretty much the same as Black Widow.
Rip off.
I know. That's kind of how I feel about it. But
they're going to make a Black Widow movie, apparently, with Scarlett.
Oh, fine. Oh, she finally said yes?
They're in negotiations.
Mm. Anyway, so we have the Red Sparrow, and then let's talk about Venom and Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse is the name of the movie.
That's not an official Spider-Man movie.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, then never mind. I would only watch it because I do like the actor that played Spider-Man. I do like him. He's cute.
Next year is supposed to come out, the new Spider-Man.
All right, well then let's talk about Venom. So Tom Hardy.
Do you know who Venom is?
He's Spider-Man's nemesis.
Very good. So I actually have the comics from Secret Wars where Spider-Man gets the black suit. Spider-Man 3, that was the Venom.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
So it's an alien symbiote that comes down, so it latches onto the person and,
bad.
It can make the costume, but it has a actual life force, and it makes people do bad things. And Venom is a scary, murderous monster in the comic books, and then he becomes kind of like an anti-hero. But, I'm interested to see, Tom Holland's supposed to make an appearance. Venom, I don't know much about what's going on in the Venom world. I just remember when Venom and Carnage and all that came out, and that was great. But then they kept going back to the well too often, and the comic stories sucked. But Venom, I think, it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or it is, I think, because Tom Holland's going to make a cameo, because Sony's making it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. We'll probably see that. And so now we're really getting to the nitty-gritty of my list, Tom, that you're going to have to go see with me in the movie theater.
Oh.
Well, you won't go see 50 Shades Freed with me. It's okay. I'll probably just rent it here in the privacy of my own home. It
comes out next week.
Yeah, still.
I'm not going.
No, I'm not asking you to go.
I remember, and I knew this was going to be on your list. I remember when these books came out, and my stepmother and... I don't know if you were around for when this was happening, but
no.
I was on the boat with them. My stepmother and all of her, mom friends, and they were all just like, "Oh, it's so kinky and this and that." And I just like, what are you guys talking about in the 50 Shades books? And I'm just like thinking back.
Did you read it?
Yeah, she read all of them.
No, did you read them?
No.
Okay, good.
So I a lot of S&M and stuff like that. I mean, who hasn't seen a S&M porn before? If you haven't, it's pretty much 50 Shades of Grey.
It's the hotter way to watch an S&M porn. Let's be really honest.
With anticipation and not the.
There's no like ball gags and shit.
Yeah, that gets straight to the point in the porn. But it's one of those things where I just think I was just watch them and seeing how they're like loving it and getting off and being like dirty old women, and I'm just like, oh my god. And I just thought like back to when I saw those romance novels with like Fabio on the covers, and
Gross.
it looks like the room.
This is the new age Fabio. Honey,
yeah.
Don't worry. It's hotter Fabio.
They just need to. I would like to see a movie cover done in that style.
Whatever.
The old Victorian war.
With a button.
It takes romanticism back to, yeah.
I love it. All right, so Insidious: The Last Key.
No, I'm not going.
Trishna, what was the end? What movie were we watching where the end was actually the part of the Insidious universe, and we're like, holy shit?
I don't remember.
But you remember seeing that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyways, Insidious: The Last Key. If you've never seen the Insidious series, the first one's okay. The second one's totally terrifying. And I feel like the third one was scary too, right, Trishna?
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm really excited to see what they do with this last moment. If I could remember the movie that I saw, like the Last Key, I assume is...
This is a scary movie?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go.
I know.
I'm a pussy.
I know. Tom does not like horror films. Trishna, on the other hand, and I will watch them all day. Anyways, we'll probably go see Insidious: The Last Key. A Quiet Place, another Emily Blunt movie, actually. And her husband, John Krasinski, they're both in it together. And they really haven't given much away other than you have to stay completely quiet or they find you and they kill you.
Oh, I remember that one.
That looks totally terrifying and so good, and I want to know more about it. But I think I want to just see them in a movie together.
That sounds like another Trishna Go With You movie.
No, I feel like it'll be more action than horror. I feel like you should go see it with me. Tom's looking at me like I'm crazy right now. That's okay.
That's the best thing about a podcast, You can tell I have a face for a podcast, so you can't tell what I'm
saying. What you're saying.
My mannerisms are.
Another one that I want to see is actually based on a real house and a real woman. It's called the Winchester. I think she was actually the heiress to the Winchester fortune. Is that true, Trishna? Am I just making shit up?
Yeah, no, she is.
Okay.
Trishna's our fact checker too.
Can you just be our fact checker, Trishna?
Steven!
Steven! Cut that!
She has a PhD and this is what she does.
Yes, it's true. So the Winchester, so she built this house and then she did additions to this house. And there's like hallways that lead to nowhere, doors that lead to the outside, but you're on the second floor, so you could like fall to your death. It's supposed to be super haunted, and like you can go to this house and take tours and stuff like that. So it's based on a true story, and it's based on this woman and her life. I assume it's her life. Anyways, it looks really scary. Helen Mirren's in it, which is my old lady crush. She's fucking amazing. Really? Oh, I love that. This is why we love each other. So Helen Mirren actually plays the lady. Lady Winchester is what I'm hoping she's called, because that'd be amazing. Anyways, that's another movie I want to see. The Nun, which is from what I can tell
from what you wrote, it sounds like The New.
Oh, no, The Nun. That's an N, not a U. The Nun, I assume, is in the Conjuring series of movies. Another terrifying movie that Tom won't watch. But she seems to be that nun in the second movie, and it was fucking terrifying. So I think she got her own, and I assume it's like her.
Anyone in there that's famous, or is this unknowns?
I assume it's gonna be the Vera Tom, what's her name? Say her name.
I don't know, but she was in Up in the Air, and she's hot.
Yeah, she was also in the other Conjuring movies. I assume she's going to be in it. Anyways, it looks terrifying. And then also, the shark movie of the year, The Meg.
What?
So, there it goes. So, The Meg, it is a shark movie. Let's see if I can find it real quickly, because
Just type it in the browser.
The synopsis looks ridiculous. And it literally is a picture of... It didn't pop up. It didn't pop up, Thomas. Anyways.
Carolyn can't use technology.
I can't use technology. It's the hardest thing for me. There it is. Ooh, Jason Statham's in it. But here we go. After escaping an attack by what he claims was by a 70-foot shark, Jonas Taylor must confront his fears to save those trapped in the sunken submersible. Anyways, it looks completely ridiculous, doesn't it? But
it's just like I saw the trailer for Deep Blue Sea 2, and I was like, it's just the same movie with a different type of shark.
Either way, it's probably gonna be a great.
This is based off a novel? Movie. Are you fucking kidding me?
What do you think it's called? The Meg?
I don't know. I just don't understand. It comes out in April, guys. So April 3rd, if you want to see it.
And then actually, we have one more that I didn't talk about.
I feel like it's like a spoof or something, because there's some decent people actually acting in it.
I'm really excited about it, is what I can tell you, because I love crappy movies. You know me.
Storyline. 5 years ago, expert sea diver and naval captain.
I just read all this, but in a shorter version.
Whatever. Fine, I won't talk about it.
Anyways, yeah, let's not talk about it. I feel like it's not that important. But Ocean's 8, how do you feel about the whole lady cast of Ocean's 8?
I feel like Matt Damon, there was something about Matt Damon and they were trying to get him removed from the movie.
Well, because Matt Damon didn't, like, support his ladies.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I didn't remember hearing about it.
Well, it's like this whole thing's come out with what's-his-face. I've already put him out of my head. Trishna, who's known for fondling everybody?
Kevin Spacey.
No, that's boys.
Harvey Weinstein.
No, Harvey Weinstein. So you have Harvey Weinstein, who has done all these terrible things to a bunch of different women. And it seems like everyone knew about it. And then Matt Damon did something like still supporting Harvey Weinstein.
Rose McGowan went on something and she said she talked about talking to Ben Affleck and she told him what happened. He's like, I told him to stop doing that.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Like the fact that everyone knew about that this was happening and no one did anything. That's just upsetting. Anyways, he sucks. And so does, what's his name?
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, him too. Anyways, so I think that's why they got him.
I love all the actresses in it. I think it'll be a good movie. And hopefully just, Matt Damon's only in it for a minute.
I hope he's not in it for too long, because fuck that guy.
Why couldn't they get Clooney for the tie into that? I feel like
he's got the twins, honey.
He's still doing terrible movies elsewhere.
So?
It's not like he has to do another Tomorrowland based off another Disney theme park.
Well, maybe he has a Disney contract that he has to do. It's like fucking...
This is retirement.
It's like The Rock.
He's doing like Disney movies again.
Disney movie contract.
Can you tell that I'm doing Disney movies again?
I don't know. Well, apparently someone saw Jumanji recently and they said it was great.
Yeah, Jumanji's tearing it up in the box office.
I think we should go see it. Should I add this to the list of movies that I need to go see?
Well, these are coming soon. We're not talking about movies that are out right now.
Well, I'm just saying maybe you should take me to a movie sometime.
I'll think about it.
If you guys know anyone who wants to take me to a movie, I'm more than happy.
Zero of our listeners right now are going to love to take you to the movie.
And a soda.
There's no difference in getting a small popcorn and a large popcorn. You just pay like $1 more.
Yeah, but I don't want that much popcorn in my life. Because I will sit there and eat it and make myself sick. So
let's not talk about that, Carolyn.
And then
you're already mad at me for that.
Yeah, my husband told me that I need to work out. You can see how that is not.
You can't see anything. You can hear.
Happy relationship. It's okay.
Well, Carolyn, I felt like we informed some people of some good movies today.
If not, at least our opinions on them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think out of all those, I will see Black Panther. I will definitely see Avengers. Open the list back up so I can remember some of these.
You'll see this one.
No, I gotta say it.
I know.
So I'll see Black Panther, Avengers. I'll see Deadpool. So that's 4. You'll get to go 4 movies. You'll get to go to. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm gonna go see. So that's 5. X-Men 6. I'll see that.
You won't go see Incredibles?
I'll see Incredibles. That's 7. And Venom, I'll see. That's 8. We'll probably end up going and see Harry Potter. So that's 9.
And we'll probably go see Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow 10. That's $200 of our money because that's how much movies
I know,
are.
but we have all those like gift cards from Fandango.
That'll be like 2.
That's okay.
You gotta find a way to go to like those Sunday morning movies where they're super cheap.
Well, every time I close, we can go to a 9 o'clock movie.
So, my wife, decides to take the most expensive naps. And she went to see...
Excuse me.
We'll end this on a funny story. So we went and saw The Force Awakens 2 nights in a row, opening night.
Happy birthday to my husband.
I think it was for Brett's birthday. That was Brett.
It's for you.
Oh, both ours. Shout out to Brett. Happy birthday. Those times. But anyway, so we get there and everything, and she falls asleep. 30 minutes in, she misses Han Solo die. And then, the next site we go, and she falls asleep again at a different time. So she says she only fell asleep at the time she was awake for.
Yeah, so I saw a whole movie in 2 days, and I got 2 great naps.
Yes, $20 naps. And then we went to go see Rogue One, and she fell asleep.
I still can't get through that movie.
Then we tried to watch it when it came out, and she fell asleep.
Yeah. So
after I rented it. So...
Yeah, but...
Anyway, Carolyn likes to take expensive naps.
But I stayed awake for this past one.
Yeah, she did a great job.
I stayed awake for that whole boring fucking movie.
It wasn't boring. There was a lot of bad ass moments in it.
Was that what that was?
All right, we'll talk about Star Wars another time.
Yeah,
but Carolyn, thanks for coming on and spreading the word of some of these movies. And hopefully when we start getting some downloads that people may start, I want to go see this because of this lady named Carolyn.
I hope I informed everyone of at least my opinions, which is really important. I'm just very opinionated.
Well, we've decided to make this platform to get our voices out there to those who are having trouble seeing movies and movies they want to see.
Yeah, it's true. You're welcome, world.
And, thanks, Trishna, for your input.
All right.
All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks, Carolyn.
Bye.
Well, all right. There we are. Our first episode, Carolyn. What you think?
It's okay.
She's so modest.
It was amazing, Tom.
The monsoon has unleashed here in Atlanta as we're recording this.
It's raining. It's raining cats and dogs. I have 3 extra ones in my house. By my house, I mean our house.
So, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Really, we're going to probably just be recording one single take on all the stuff and not edit too much. But, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. Once again, you can find us on the Podbean app on podbean.com. Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. Facebook, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. Also, we will be available on iTunes and Google Play next week once they have gone through their steps and approved us.
Hopefully approve us.
Yes, hopefully.
I hope we get the stamp of approval.
Yes.
What if we don't? What'll happen then, Tom?
I mean, it'll just be a Podbean app. Download us from the iTunes store and Google Play.
There you go.
And also, you can email us at dunanddunnerpodcast@gmail.com. And once again, our episodes will be airing every Wednesday. Next week's episode will be Carolyn's torture of being forced to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the things we have to do for, the things we record.
So, once again, we hope you enjoy. My name's Tom.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.